And we're back. I'm here with my man Ronnie Martin, commercial lender here with Pinnacle Bank in Murfreesboro, and also a city council for
Yes,
the
sir.
great city here in Murfreesboro. Been on the podcast, been involved with some panels and some events we've done, and just a great representation of Spread the Positive as a whole, in my opinion. Ronnie, do you mind speaking a little bit about your involvement, what you think of Spread the Positive, and uh, anything along those lines?
Absolutely. Appreciate the invite to
man.
be here with you.
Awesome.
It's always good to see you.
Yes, sir.
Love what you're doing and what Spread the Positive stands for. We've talked about this a lot, but having some good energy in the universe and having some good people spread some good things, and with good intentions on what goes on day to day. Because as we know, life's tough. The work we do is tough. The world can be tough, but I think the whole Spread the Positive message associated with trying to do good things in a positive way with positive people and lift each other up, both personally and professionally, I think is what we should be doing.
Yeah, I mean, that's what, like you said, we've had multiple conversations. Your podcast was one of my favorites to date. Just a lot of really tangible things that you can take away, and some of the stuff that you've been through and lived through, and the knowledge you have from some of the
Being
things
kicked around.
Yeah, some of the things you've been able to navigate, and where you are now. It's just it's a real testament to your perseverance and who you are as a person, and it's something that it brings me great pride, really, to be able to even have that opportunity, first of all, and then be able to perpetuate that further for you to be able to keep doing it. Not that I'm any type of official.
You're making it happen, man. You're
I just,
collecting the people.
yeah, I guess so, but it's just cool to see someone of your stature, so to speak, that really buys into this concept. And like you said, you think it's important. Obviously, it's why I do everything I do. It all comes back to Spread the Positive. So it's just so rewarding to have folks like you in our corner, and as you know, you're an active member of the network, and just an advisor, and all these things that I've learned so much from you, and I'm super grateful for that. And if you could just share kind of why you do it, why you're involved, why you've kind of taken a liking to this cause, I guess.
So I just came back from a Valentine's Day trip to Sewanee. So my wife and I had, of course, about an hour drive there and an hour drive back. So we got to talk a lot, and we talked about how we spend our time and what that says about who we are. And I think it'd be something that it'd be remiss of me not to say. I appreciate the fact that you care enough about the message to put the energy into what you're doing to collect people, to create sort of a unified message for us to rally around. I'm appreciative for somebody willing to do that. So much of my support goes to you and towards Spread the Positive, because there's a lot going on, but people don't take the time to celebrate that. What we talk about is, we pick up, and we've talked about this a lot. You have 60 seconds of information that you pick up on a 15-second screen scroll of something that you do, but people aren't digging in, and people aren't loving on each other and lifting people up and building people up. And I think the fact that you're willing to commit the time to do that, back to my wife and I's conversation as we're going to Mont Eagle, how do we spend our time and what do we get out of that? It says a whole lot about who we are. And so I think you deserve to be celebrated for being the person that says, hey, this is important enough, and there are enough people out there that support this cause. Right. I'm going to invest the time to collect these people, to show the world that Spread the Positive is a real thing. It's not something that just matters to me, but it matters to everybody, and it matters for everybody.
Man, it got me in my feels there.
That's
but,
good, man. That's what it's supposed to be.
Yeah, I agree, and it's definitely not about me. I always get kind of conflicted when it comes back to me, but it's like you said, it's the collective. It's the fact that a lot of people like you and the people that have been on this video that really do believe in it. And every time I talk to people about it, be a random new person that's never heard of it, and they're like, yes, we need more of that.
Absolutely.
So it is just a constant reminder and a constant confirmation that this is worth it. It is something. I mean, we're not reinventing the wheel either. That's kind of the best part, I guess, is that this is something that's been happening forever. We just got to kind of just making it a little more streamlined and mainstream to build a platform around this, which is, like you said, a united something that we can fundamentally agree on as human beings, regardless
Absolutely.
of which side of anything you stand for or what you would identify as a label of any kind. Just on a human level, stuff that we can pretty much fundamentally agree on has to happen and has to be consistently happening for our society to progress. And your connections with the city and the city council and the stuff that, like, you're out here doing everything to make this place better, or that's what you signed up for.
Right.
And it's we've had some in-depth conversations about that. It's really cool to just see people like you that are diving. You talk about me diving in and taking my time to make a podcast and a brand. Going to run for city council is like a little step up there, but
different spoke in the wheel.
Yeah,
man.
but can you speak on that? Why is the city council role so important to you, and what's the latest with all that?
I shared with you the story, which is sort of a long story about why I ran, and like anything, the more time you spend investing in something, the more you learn, the more you grow, and so your perspective changes over time. And I think as you know, I ran for about a year. I campaigned for a year to put myself in a position to win. But once I did win, so I've served now actively for about 18 months. And, like anything, you don't know what you don't know, from the outside looking in. And it gets probably the takeaway I have at this point, which would support the message that we have, is it gets real easy to be frustrated by decisions people make, by places, by positions that we're in as a city or as a county or as a state or a nation or whatever, and you look back and you say, well, it's so simple, we shouldn't have been doing that, or we should have known that.
Right.
But the thing we have to remember is hindsight's always 20/20, and the people that you serve with, for the most part, I believe they're good people. I believe they want the best for everyone, But it's real easy in the position I'm in to say, well, man, that's so easy. How did we mess that up? Or why are we not doing this? Right. But to be true to the collective nature of trusting one another, believing in one another, and knowing that we're all going to fall short, we're all going to fail, and to be there to lift each other up and to say, hey, we can get better. So, that was yesterday, and maybe it didn't go exactly the way we wanted. But we're going to keep pushing to make it the best we possibly can, whether that's our city or our brand or our business or our family or whatever it is. And so, for me, the city council at this point is about trying to take what I've learned to help the people that I serve with to contribute in my own unique way. I'm a financial person, so I've got a financial background. And so to help guide and lead in the ways that I can guide and lead, but to also follow in the ways where the people around me are stronger than I am. And so to truly bring together that collective teamwork to try to get, to create a city that's prosperous for everyone, inclusive of everyone, not just today, but for 20 years or 50 years from now. And to really, again, to learn from the mistakes we've made and try to get better along the way.
Yeah, and that's everything. Continuous improvement and all the stuff that y'all are doing, and it's this city's a great place. Definitely have work to do per se, but we're doing a lot of things the right way, and it's been so crucial for everything. Anything that's come from Spread the Positive can come right back to Murfreesboro, and just getting plugged into this great community, because it's a strong one, man. We got an amazing circle out here.
We do, and too, the other thing, and I think this can happen in our individual lives, but it can certainly happen as a city. It's real easy to look around and say, this is not good, that's not good, this should be better, why isn't someone doing something? But like in our daily lives, and I tell people all the time that I work with, they'll say, hey, did you do such and such? No, I didn't. But I did this, this, and this. Right. So I'm not asleep at the wheel. Right. And I'm doing some good things, but they're limited opportunity, limited time, and some things don't happen, with a snap of the finger. But Murfreesboro's a great place. Yeah. I mean, you go to some of the surrounding cities and counties, and you be careful not to compare and contrast. And I'm not saying we're better or worse. Right. But I'm proud of what we have in Murfreesboro, and it can be better. It should be better, and we should always be working to make it better. But we've got a great place to live. You look at the growth that we have had, and with growth comes challenges always. But I don't think we've got our eyes closed about that. I think we understand the challenges. I mean, I regularly hear about the challenges in the city, and you know there was you're probably aware, but that Hidden River Estates project that was on Highway 99 was a big project in town, very controversial. Brinley Henneman, I think is her name, who's a reporter for the D&J. You know, she did an article on that, and she was talking about. She requested public records from the City of Murfreesboro, which is a big deal. So, of course, everything I do is in writing, right?
Right.
And I make it a habit to put everything I think in email, and I want people to know what I think, and I'm not afraid to put it in email. But one of the things she commented on is, regardless of the opinions that I had on things or whether the agreement, I was clearly laying out what I thought. I didn't hide anything whatsoever. If you don't agree with me, come, let's have a conversation.
Right.
But really trying to be open and transparent about the things we do and above board. And I think that's what's really important.
Yeah, and that's a transition. I mean, it's the whole concept with the network that we're really pushing is that, you know, the inclusiveness, acceptance, transparent, ethical, you know, having those philanthropic ties to the community and basically just doing things the right way for the right reasons. It always, I mean, it's as simple as that. And I think we complicate things, and obviously greed and bad stuff can enter into that mix. But as a whole, and you know, like you just said, you're very transparent, and that's like one of the key components of being one of the network members. And it's again just an honor to have folks like you as advocates and as members of this network, because it's only as strong as your members. So. We're still in that baby step phase, but it's we're clicking along, and it's
feels big.
Yeah,
feels big, man.
And right now, it feels pretty big, thanks to the production squad here.
Yeah, awesome.
Thank you, Ronnie.
Sure.
Yeah, man.